Uh, what are you guys doing? What's going on inside Nemesis, Zoe's, and Charlie's heads?
I'm staying far away.
Well, this seems like a terrible plan.
How can you say that? Fearless leader said it was a good plan. Actually, he'd never actually say that.
Well,
Should we make it a plan? We should probably make it a plan.
should probably have some sort of plan to eject him into space or fry him with laser beams or I don't know, something like that.
I mean, I'm not really thinking much more beyond. I'm not going down there.
That is a pretty good plan. Not going
Yeah.
down there seems pretty solid.
Yeah, I just don't know how that helps anyone else. So I'm not really sure that should be considered a plan.
Actually, would you guys rather be on the gridless grid or the Raza grid?
I don't know. On the grid, the grid implies they're fighting.
I'll put you on the gridless Raza.
Yay! That's where all my friends are.
It is indeed.
We could set up a safe area.
What do you envision that safe area to be?
Just a place where once they've entered the ship, they cannot leave from that position.
Alright, let me put you back over on the gridless grid and give you guys some drawing tools.
Imagine drawing.
I know, right? Set up an opening to the cargo bay. Don't worry about the size. Just make it proportional. And
I guess the only people that we don't have to worry about are the Raza Classic members. So, as far as we've seen,
mhm.
so we schedule everyone else away from the cargo bay, and then once they've
Bless you.
Thank you. I didn't think it'd be that loud because I threw my headset across the room.
It wasn't loud. It was audible, however.
Damn. Once that's taken care of, we just kind of make it so that once they've entered the ship, they're just kind of locked down from going anywhere further.
Okay, so details
It doesn't
of
mean that the crew is kind of not useful, but I'd rather them be not useful than possessed.
details of Drew's entry. Um, Due to limitations of his ship, and this was a real quick technical discussion that he had with y'all before terminating the call. He actually has no real maneuvering ability outside of atmosphere, and so his him getting into your ship is essentially flying fast enough up straight up into the edge of the atmosphere to break through and be slowed down just enough that a well-piloted ship could catch it and secure the ship in a way that it's not crashing into anything. It kind of is. What was that thing that I think you referenced it, Xander, from Serenity?
Yeah, it's the barn swallow.
Yes, the barn swallow. It is an orbital barn swallow.
It's hilarious. We just stabilize his orbit and leave him up there. Have fun, fucko. All right. Anyway. I guess he could vent oxygen to slow himself down enough to fall back into orbit.
Guess here's the question: do we have this is more planning before like even. Sorry, my brain's not working right.
Drink more caffeine.
I know, right? I haven't had enough. I need to pick some coffee.
Was there a question in there?
Nah, I forgot what it was. I was a little lost in the conversation. I am gonna fix some coffee. I haven't had any caffeine today except for a smidge.
All right. So, is there any particular way that you want to set up your cargo bay, knowing the limitations of the maneuvering you'll have to do?
Yeah, move all the expensive shit to the back.
Okay.
The front? Whichever side's further away from where this plane's going to be crashing into us.
Right. Oh, yeah, Lulu, I don't think will be joining us today.
Too bad. He gets pinged.
Fair enough.
If he's got something that he's got to do that's more important than this, then he's going to want to be woken up anyway, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm working and I'm here.
Are you working though?
Technically.
You're being paid, and you're here.
Yes, that's true.
Mm.
I am.
You know, in some games, it works the other way around. I get paid for being here.
Ah. How much?
All right, so important stuff to the back. Anything else? Well, yeah, important stuff away from the back of the ship.
The hatch, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't imagine we have like explosive barrels lying around like a video game, right?
There's no such thing as like tractor beams or anything like that, right?
There is a tractor beam fitting in Stars. Your ship doesn't have it.
It's like a TL5, isn't it?
No, I think it's still TL4. Actually, I don't think the fittings have tech levels. The weapons do.
I feel like there's some reference to them. Maybe I'm wrong. You would probably know better than I. Also,
Well,
I don't have my rule book available today.
Let's see.
Actually, I can get it. But...
Yeah. The ship
It-
fittings don't have a specified tech level.
it doesn't matter. If we don't have one, that doesn't. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
So we're gonna need
Wait.
we're gonna need some crew in 0G suits with ropes or cables or whatever you want to call them.
Like, tied down.
How
yeah.
big is the ship?
Wait, hold
You're
on.
it.
You say crew. I thought
Yeah.
you don't want any crew anywhere near this thing, though.
Look,
The only crew you want near it's gonna be androids, and even then I'm not sure.
the amount of space that we have on a ship means that we're not going to be able to keep this guy from being near the crew. Right?
Pretty sure we can. This ship's pretty big.
It's not like a thing that we can accomplish.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, particularly if you're just meeting him in the cargo bay.
We're just going to slam everybody up into the bridge.
I don't care where we stand.
Just crew quarters. I mean, crew quarters aren't like like it's like all around the cargo bay, right? I'm pretty sure there's plenty of room.
Wait, the black ship is about 5 meters long and 2 meters wide?
Yeah, this is a small fighter-sized hull.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, all you just need is not to have him in the cargo bay. I mean, do you saying that you think people just wander around the cargo bay all day?
Yes.
Normally they do, yeah.
What?
I mean,
just because there's no room anywhere else, I
no,
should say.
no, I'm just thinking, look at what you're doing at work all day.
Yeah. Look, you got to keep your physical fitness up, and the only space big enough for that is running around the outside of the cargo bay.
No,
Like
it would be easy enough to tell crew not to come into the cargo bay, but Xander does raise a fine point of you might need crew to secure that craft so that it doesn't just kind of float and bump around.
Yeah, that's what you should be able to use androids for that, though, right? I've got 3 ship androids.
I'm gonna draw a box for you guys. That box
And
right
then you
there
both.
is the securing. Here we go. Securing the ship crew. So,
Maybe
who
up the,
do you want over there
body double
securing that ship?
androids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think anyone's gonna mind if you just take all the androids, right?
One.
Maybe not Libra. So far as so they may be able to take control of the androids, but you'd feel a lot less bad about having to smash the androids.
You do have some security bots that aren't even androids. They're
Yeah, they're
just
probably not gonna be very
robots.
good at securing the ship, though, right?
That's definitely not what they were designed for. They're civilian
Yeah.
security bots.
Yeah, they're like they're like peacekeepers.
Yeah, they would have to roll a morale check to see if they get confused by this. But
I mean, presumably they're like reprogrammable though, right? Like, or at least the programming's a lot easier to navigate than androids.
yeah, their programming is a lot easier to navigate than androids.
Okay, so that's something that I could do, is to figure out how to code that routine in.
Okay. Nemesis has about half an hour. Um,
Okay, that might be a bit of a rush.
you could certainly try it with a +2 on the difficulty.
How bad can it be if I fail?
Um,
Let's see.
the consequence for a fail is that they need to be reset, and they'll be unusable for about 6 hours.
I could probably still do it.
The difficulty to get all 3 done within the very restricted time you have is going to be 12.
Oh, well, that's a little steeper.
If you wanted to just get 2 of them done, well, I guess I would just make it 8, 10, 12 for 1, 2, or 3. Based on your...
2 should be enough, right?
I was just gonna say that based on estimates from what you guys saw, Natalia will help because she was, kind of looking at them all. So, it should probably only take anywhere from 3 to 5 able-bodied people or humanoids to safely secure this.
Okay, well, we'll just do 2 of the security bots, and you
Okay.
can use the androids for the remainder.
All right. Go ahead and roll. That looks like a success to me.
It does. Should have gone for all 3.
And how
Third one
many
can still
of
be
the other
there, but-
androids do you want to use, and which ones?
Where are they at here? Oh, they're in their own little section now.
Yep.
I mean, I would assume Jewel and Bolt can go.
Okay. All right.
And then I suppose I won't assign the body doubles. I'll leave those for the people that have the doubles. I guess I could send Jalter.
I actually forgot about him. Where'd you find that?
It's in androids and bots. You have Janitor, Joey, Jalter. They're the ones that look like
Oh, I
Zoe.
confused myself because it says Janitor Walter on
Yeah.
the token and not in the name list.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. All right. So you've got a small crew of safe robots and uncertain androids for securing this ship once it has entered the Raza cargo bay. You've already moved all of the.
That's just for securing the ship, so we'll put Jalter somewhere else.
Yeah, that's just for securing the ship.
Okay.
You've already moved all the important cargo back away from the hatch. From the ramp. Any other preparations you guys are wanting to make, or you want to just dive right in?
I think we're just diving right in, right?
Yeah, I feel like this plan is not
Uh,
a long thinking plan.
Yeah. Well, I think we've covered the basics, and I don't really know what would actually go into an actual plan, like mechanically speaking. Because it's just basically Jai and Zoe go down there and talk, and it's like, how do you plan around the talk? I mean, I get basically you just be looking at
Well, first I start with the old razzle dazzle, and then I hit him with the old wink, and then we roll back into the no, I don't know.
yeah. Well, that's what I'll say is like contingency plans for like escape or something, but that'd be about it.
You certainly could set something up for that. Um, one question
All
that
the
Jai will bring up.
androids sacrifice themselves.
Yeah, one question that Jai will bring up is if you're going to have any crew security in the cargo bay. Your cargo bay is large enough for there to be sufficient distance, based on your past experience and kind of reviewing that. You know that you need about 10 meters from wherever this entity can get to, or it needs about 10 meters to possess somebody.
You set up a couple people snipe, like it's large enough for like that's practically sniper positions, right?
Yeah, the cargo bay was Xander, help me remember if you remember. I think at that part of the ship was either 20 or 30 meters wide. And since the cargo bay is the bulk of your lower deck out of 3 decks, it's about half the ship in width, so 60 meters.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds right. Your ship is a very big ship, so it definitely has a lot of
I make
space
a
in here for you.
crew over 200 people.
Yeah.
Like we're nowhere close to filling this thing up with people. I mean, I think send a couple of the G1s with I guess what you use mag rifles when you're in space.
Void carbines.
Void carbines, yeah.
Yeah. Mag rifles are the worst thing that you can use inside of a starship.
Right. Right. I think it was one or
Is
the
it
other.
to poke holes in the ship?
Yeah.
Yep. That's why you want to use void carbines.
Yeah. And yes, I do play that weapons discharge inside of a ship is really bad for the ship.
That's why you use lasers.
So
Lasers aren't as bad as mag rifles, but they're still not as good as void carbines.
we'll set up Scotty and Saul in Overwatch then. You can have Jalter and Switch.
There, I'm gonna go with 20
Actually-
meters.
Actually, do we want to put Jalter Switch? Yeah. I thought we would put Jalter and Switch with Jai and Zoe for the conversation.
All right, I have set up 2 more boxes for you. One for your security team and one for your contact team. The contact team was really just for shits and giggles because I know it's just Zoe and Jai. I'll go ahead and move Jai there right now. Hello?
Yes.
You ready for input?
Yep. I'll move Saul and Scotty over to the security team. Is that where you've also got Jalter and Switch?
I'm thinking we put Jalter and Switch with Zoe and Jai.
Okay.
I kind of feel like, if he's gonna try something funny and tries to take care of them, that kind of tells us that, oh, hey, he's acting in bad faith, and we also won't care too bad about breaking them up.
Okay. Scotty is opposed to this whole idea. He doesn't like any of it.
That's why I sent him along, because let him keep eyes on it.
And he does want more security, but he also understands the risk of having more fleshy, possessible humans. But he would like at least 1 or 2 more people.
Well, might as well send. I'll give him a couple. I think we can send another couple more guards. We'll do a couple guards of yours. So just at random, a couple people I haven't seen in a while. Asta
Alright.
and Macy.
All right.
And remember, void carbines.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, speaking of which, is that on their sheets yet?
I think so.
It is good.
Yeah.
I think they can't be fired burst fire, right?
They cannot.
Okay. Makes sense. It's supposed to be a careful weapon.
Yeah. Although the book doesn't give void carbines a +1 because actually I don't know why it doesn't. It gives lasers and energy weapons a +1 with the stated reason of there's no recoil, and then
That's the whole point of the void carbine.
yeah, you can fire it in 0G and suffer minimal kickback. So I'm on the fence about giving void carbines a +1. I kind of think that they need it, and it doesn't unbalance them.
Yeah, it's a die size down and -2 damage,
Yeah,
plus the range.
yeah.
So I don't think you'd be breaking anything by doing that.
Nah, I don't think so. So, I'll go ahead and go through the NPCs later on and do that and add it to my house rules.
In the meantime, we can assume it's there,
Mhm.
or adjust as needed. It might not even come up.
As Asta and Macy are being briefed and staking out cover positions, you note that Asta, or Hartman, seems a lot more eager than the other security down here.
Asta's?
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Do we need to double check Asta's background? Do they have like an obsession with getting possessed by ghosts?
They're from God, what the why can I
Coast?
never remember the name of that place? Coast, thank you.
Wow, to be fair, the common people on Coast don't know about that.
That is true. They don't. Oops, wrong document. Cast. All right. Are there any other plans or preparations that you want to make before you receive your guest?
I think I'm solid.
Perhaps ironically, I don't know if I knew Asta's name when I decided where Asta was from. Asta is from Astos.
Named after the planet.
It's gotta be like a. Was she a foundling?
What's that, like
Sounds
someone
yeah.
who's found somewhere?
No, it's a person who's well. It's a nice way of saying their parents abandoned them on some rocks.
Right, right.
Yeah. But like in oh god, what the hell's the name of that? Game of Thrones. The people that don't have parents, they're named after the area. Like all the
Yeah.
northern
well,
people
it's
have the last
usually
name Frost or whatever.
Ah. Nope,
Snow.
nope.
No.
She wasn't.
No,
Oh.
that's right. She has
Oh.
parents? Okay, well there you go.
Yep, she has parents on
They really like their
Astos
planet.
who decided to name her Asta.
They really like their planet. It'd be kind of like, naming someone down here, Ert. Yeah, there we go. Earl. Is Earl
Terra.
named after Earth? Oh yeah, Terra. There you go.
Yep.
Gosh, that's much easier.
Yeah. Actually, these days it would be more like naming them after the country you're in.
No, it'd be more like naming them after a corporation. Meet Chevron.
Well, I mean, I have met somebody named Hennessy, so let's not.
Yeah. No, it's not enough outrageous.
All right.
I mean, Cardi
That's
B.
more likely than you think.
Now, to be fair to some of those names, I think they were people names that became company names because of the people that were named those names.
No, she was named Hennessy after the drink.
Oh, well, okay.
Nice lady, though.
Always trying to give benefit of the doubt to people,
I
whether
can
they
only
deserve
be
it or
more
not.
disappointed if it's like a sweepstakes name. It happens. If your kid's born on this day, name him fucking Budweiser and give you a free beer for a year. Great.
I'd like to introduce you to my son, Reader's Digest.
All the magazines in the world.
His nickname is Bob, though.
His nickname is Bop. He goes by Reed for short. Alright. Looks like you guys are all set up. You've got a security team that has prepared firing emplacements. So if there is any firing, in addition to the +1 that the void carbines are getting as a house rule, they will also have a +2 to attack from the prepared positions. They've of course made sure that they're going to they've got a clear line of sight to a large area around where the ship goes. Actually, that basically means to the contact team. And you've got robots and androids prepared to tie the ship down so that it's not just floating and banging around the ship. Now, one more complication is you are going to need somebody at the bridge to manually pilot the Raza for this maneuver. Do you want to use an NPC for that? Or does Zoe want to run up to the bridge and then run back?
Pilot 0.
I guess I'll fly.
Weren't we were training Elena on it a bit, right?
You were training Elena on it a bit. Natario is also proven to be a skilled pilot of smaller craft.
Yeah. I'll go.
Oh,
Here, give me a box. Where's the piloting? It's gonna take him a while to tie this thing down anyway. I got plenty of time to run back.
Yeah, we can make our own box. Blackjack.
You making a box for us? There we go.
Whoops.
Yes. I love the oval. The Oval Office.
Oh, okay, sure. We'll leave it as a nipple then.
All right. So go ahead and give me a difficulty 8 int or dex pilot check. Thank you for rolling exactly as I asked.
Yeah. I mean, you said roll an 8, and I rolled an 8.
That's right. So up in the bridge, oh gosh, what is their name? Armstrong. Armstrong seems to have made the bridge home. Seems to have secured a place on the bridge when Nemesis is not there. Armstrong
Clear, I'm there now.
stands upright and salutes when Zoe enters the bridge. Although they're not certain what to say. They actually fumble for words a little bit.
Owner on the bridge.
Zoe on the bridge.
It is a weird. It is a really weird chain of command, yeah. especially when you just walk on and take control of the ship.
The best part is, I'm actually chief engineer, but I also
Oh, yeah.
fly the ship and own the ship. Oh, hilarious! I give a exact and proper return salute. I've studied for this situation. I know the exact salute to return.
I feel like that needs some sort of roll.
I agree. Thank you, Meowkin.
Okay.
Survive.
Okay. All right. Survive.
What do you think? What skill do you think best represents
Contact.
what Zoe's knowledge is based on?
Connect.
Connect.
Connect. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
'Cause I know people.
Not no charisma.
No. We
No.
leave the no checks to Jai. He enjoys
Yeah.
rolling those.
No one else wants to roll them anyway.
Damn. I give sort of the correct salute.
You know what? It may not be exact and it may not be perfect. It's not.
It offends Armstrong though. Horribly.
Deeply.
No.
Deeply offends
It's
Armstrong.
it's not pixel perfect, but Armstrong recognizes that the effort went into it and actually gives it a little bit of a smile as they, whip their hand down out of the salute.
Carry on.
Yes, sir. And Armstrong then relays the various information that Zoe needs to make this piloting check. Tells you the
Yeah.
ships, the incoming ships
Telemetry and whatnot.
trajectory, exactly, all that stuff.
Mhm.
And
I just have to say, I love the order carry on. Just keep doing whatever you're doing. Just keep doing it. Great order.
I can't hear carry on without hearing my wayward son.
Oh, and I can't hear carry on without thinking buzzards.
And I can't hear it without thinking about putting my overheads in the overhead. There,
Wow.
we've made every pun. Are we done yet?
I don't know. Is there one more out there?
No.
All right, carry on.
Ah,
My wayward son. Yeah, no, yeah, I hear it now. I hear it now.
English.
Maybe
And
play.
working together, with the information that Armstrong is feeding to Zoe, as well as what they're calling out verbally as just additional stuff.
Who's on guns right now?
Uh,
Who's gunnery mate?
Libra has kind of fallen into the gunnery tactical officer role.
That's right, 'cause she's the only one who knows how to shoot the guns.
She's the most experienced with it. Your ship crew will be able to, but she's definitely very experienced. Elena also has been taking some instruction from her.
Gotcha.
And Elena's also proven very competent on those guns.
That's right, Mrs. Violence.
Mrs. Violence, she's great at violence. Libra, on the other hand, is good at violence and tactics.
Yes. Elena's good at shooting guns, but Libra's good at knowing when to shoot guns.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully Libra's running the guns then.
She is. Elena's other responsibilities as the only crew that you've promoted so far are fairly time-consuming, so she can't be your tactical gunnery person as a full-time position yet.
Mhm.
If you even wanted her there.
Yeah, no, she. Unless she's doing something else, I mean, this is a learning opportunity.
Okay. So sure. Well, hmm. I would say that for this particular scene here, she declines because she is trying to be more proactive in coordinating the crew during this encounter. So she won't decline an order if Zoe tells her to come up, but she does say that she has her hands full with crew.
All right, all right, all right.
Keeping them away from cargo bay. Little curious cats.
That's part of it, yeah. Um, the black fighter ship breaks out of the atmosphere, and you've already vented the cargo bay, so you open up that cargo ramp, position, and thrust just enough that the ship enters into the bay. Zoe doesn't hear any reports or, well, Zoe doesn't hear anything from the ship, which is obviously a good thing. But there are also no damage reports coming in.
Oh, that's a plus.
Over here in the cargo bay, the androids and robots make quick work of securing the ship down. I will need a skill check from one of the androids. And before we do that, that was awkward. I'm actually going to make a never mind. Nemesis reprogrammed the security bots. Okay. Have one of the androids make a difficulty 6 skill check, and they are proficient.
Got it.
All right. I see we're playing a game of minimum effort today.
We're going to exactly succeed. No more, no less.
You're saving all the overshoot rolls, except for Nemesis hitting the 14 over there, for when you can impress your captain. I get it.
To impress the owner, especially when the owner's Zoe, who's like, whatever, do your job, I don't care.
Yeah, pretty much. Although, to be fair, that's kind of Jai, too.
Well, Jai's more, why are you talking to me?
Yes. Okay, all of the impressive rolls are being saved for when Harry's on deck.
There it is.
Yep.
That's who we need to impress. Oh, shit. Yeah, we gotta keep Harry away from this guy. No, Harry!
He has been informed of what the yellow alert is for, because obviously you guys put an alert up, right? Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, we didn't forget that.
We didn't leave him on March? I thought we had.
No,
No, we asked
he
with
was
us.
convinced to stay on board by Charlie.
Yeah, he joined.
Ah.
Yep.
The eye candy is still with us.
He
I've
hasn't
been utilizing him.
he hasn't done anything except for basically work out in the gym and eat your food.
Yeah, we haven't really had a job for him.
A true hero.
So we've got a freeloader on board.
Yep.
He also doesn't have any particular ship skills, and I'll backtrack on that a little bit. He is also spending some time to learn ship skills. Harry's definitely not a freeloader type.
Didn't we put him under Scotty? Like, isn't he helping security somehow?
Okay,
I vaguely remember that.
that sounds vaguely familiar.
Honestly, I totally forgot he was on board.
Hilarious.
I know there was a discussion about whether he would stay on board or not. I just, for some reason, I thought that he had stayed on March.
Yeah. He almost did if it hadn't been for that last minute conversation.
So close.
So close to losing out on. We're gonna move on.
On eye candy, so far as always concerned.
As a very, very quick tangent, I did see Jungle Cruise, and oh my god, it is amazing.
Say nothing.
That is all I'm gonna say.
I'm
That is it.
Gonna go see it later.
Excellent. Awesome.
Should we
supposed to see
also have everyone decked out with the We had anti-ghost armaments.
You did have anti-ghost armaments.
Oh yeah, we had the force by beast.
Yeah, let's
Whether
go
that works
ahead
on the Vega or not, we're not certain. We know it works against the black smoke.
Yeah.
may want to pull that out of storage too.
Let's see, that was under new equipment.
And I think we know the Vega, they are visible if they attempt to take control of someone, right? So it's not like a psionic thing.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
I would say so. We know, like, it's also visible if they attempt to take possession of someone, right?
Yeah. It's you see a ball of light streaking towards you.
Okay. So it's not something that can be done on the down low.
It's definitely not. And you
Okay.
also have this.
I guess the question is the force bevis help against that at all,
That you don't know.
or whatever we called it? Oh, the Ectopatronus.
Petronium.
Yeah. We had to be
Petronium?
10% legally distinct.
Yeah.
I think it's covered under the ecto part. But okay.
Let's see. I can't remember how many of those you made.
I think it was one per player character, right?
I think it was. So let's just go with that. Let's just say 6 to make it a nice even number. Unless you've got it listed in your inventory.
I have one listed in my
I mean,
inventory.
I have one listed in mine,
Okay.
so I know I had one.
Totally get that that big +1 shield against ghosts,
Against ghosts.
which I am not afraid of. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Ba-da-dum-bum-ba-dum.
Ba-da-da-ba-ba.
Ba-da-da-da-da-dum.
Oh my god, your ship inventory is huge.
Ba-da-da-da.
Dang, you got a lot of stuff in there.
I mean, some of that stuff is just very like descriptions for like a couple items, right?
Yeah, I suppose I really should stop writing so much in descriptions, huh?
Or we should have just not ever been keeping those in the chip inventory.
Alright, so the ectopetroniums, you've got, let's just say you've got 6 amongst the entire ship.
Gives the 4 security guards and Zoe and Jai one.
Okay, perfect.
I think that would be the easy way to calculate that.
And you have 1 ghost gun. Who do you want to have that?
I think that's Zoe's decision.
But the ghost gun's a rifle, isn't it?
It's a pistol. It's kind of,
Oh, it
it's,
is a pistol.
yeah, it's more or less a laser or thermal pistol type hybrid.
Hmm.
And actually, it's based on the stats of a thermal pistol.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll take it.
All right.
I think I'm a better shot than Jai. I don't remember that.
Probably until he uses no to shoot.
Yeah, he knows how to shoot a gun.
Little
No,
did
no.
we know that's his next focus.
In the
No,
focus,
he's
you
already
can't
got no
actually
focus,
do
it's just
that.
once per game.
Yeah, once per game he can just be like, I know something.
I mean, no to shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
no,
can do that.
I didn't know.
no, he
Well,
can't.
now
He
you know.
can't.
Well, he knew.
He can use no to make a shoot skill check, but not a shoot attack roll.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, okay. Then I'm definitely a better shot than him.
Yeah, I think Zoe's got a higher dex.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so then Zoe's got the ghost gun.
But Switch has my Expecto Patronus because I can't actually carry them both at the same
Bad.
Yeah.
I love how weak I am. Hilarious.
It-
I guess Charlotte's gonna have to stay behind, so let's stow that so that I have enough room for thermal pistols 1 encumbrance.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just stow Charlotte.
This is when we find out that the Jalter bot has a very abrasive personality. See, I wonder if Dexter's thought about his personality at all.
I haven't. It tickles me every time a conversation comes up in the Stars Discord about how worthless strength as a stat is, and every
and how
single
much
time,
I'm struggling with it.
yeah, every single time I'm like, "Do you use the encumbrance system?" And they're like, "No." Well then,
Yeah.
Oh, that's the entire point of it.
you have
a
removed one of the
huge-
biggest benefits of strength.
Dude, it's a huge factor for
Yeah.
encumbrance.
Yeah, it is. So to complicate things even more for you, Xander,
Uh-huh.
are you wearing a vac suit?
No, I'm wearing a combat field uniform because I'm not going in there until we close the door.
Okay. All right.
Also,
That's
I'm
fair
going to expend the 1 point of effort to cover the whole team.
All right.
Don't you have to be visible?
Is Charlie there in the security team?
Do I need to be visible? What does I need to be visible?
Well, let me take a look at that.
Okay.
Let's see. That's precog. Didn't expect to be there.
Pressure field for effort for the scene. Shield of 6 comrades. Do it at the beginning of the scene.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. You can expend the effort. There will be some distance limitations, but those distance limitations aren't going to be the size of your ship, so you're fine there.
Yeah. I don't plan on doing anything too crazy with it.
But, if you do plan to, murder everyone, this is a perfect way to do it.
The ship will be mine.
I think you mean ours.
Can't claim it if you're dead.
Well, I'm going to be on the bridge, so good luck.
Um. All right. Actually, they're not on Ecos. They are in orbit around Ecos. We have a viewer.
Oh.
Everybody on your best behavior.
And so that's when I said, no.
All right,
Oh,
you guys
no.
are all set up. The black ship has been secured by the androids and the robots without incident. The black ship has been received in the cargo bay without incident, and the cargo bay doors are the cargo bay doors are closing, and your life support systems are preparing to repressurize and reatmospherize. It'll take about as long to do all that as it takes Zoe to get there, conveniently.
Doot, 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 doot. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
While the atmosphere and pressure has been being put back into the ship, the black ship has been sitting there with a well, you wouldn't be able to see through any part of it. It is very black. I used the word Vanta black before, and that still applies. It is freakish and disturbing, shining a light towards this ship, and seeing that light pass by its contours. It is also very angular, so I guess its angles, and not coming back from any surface on which that light is shown. It's even hard to see that it even has those edges. It's a very triangular ship and a very pointy ship. Once the cargo bay is repressurized and Zoe enters, you do see, as Zoe's walking over, you see a cockpit like like a regular fighter craft type cockpit hinge upwards from the top of the ship, and inside it looks like, from what you can see, it looks like a cockpit and a man sitting inside that cockpit in a vac suit. He looks over to where the contact team is waiting, and to where Zoe is walking. Which of you is... hang on. I'm gonna do that differently. I was going to have him look for Jai, but because Lulu is not here, I don't want to create that situation
Plus, I
where...
don't know if he has. I don't think he knows what we look like.
Right, well, that's why he was going to ask which one of you is Jai, but,
Yeah.
Which of you is the owner?
no, he
It'll
just...
be me.
He just looks over and says, "I am Drew."
Hi, Drew.
He looks at Zoe as she speaks and rises from the cockpit, starts to step down.
Somebody get him a ladder. Like, come on, guys.
um, one of the
Sorry,
androids...
this is the first time we brought somebody in this way, you know?
He stands on what looks like a wingtip, essentially, and waits for one of the androids to bring a ladder over. So standing there awkwardly, says, "This is an unusual contact." I agree. There's a
Do.
bit
Can
of
we,
awkward silence as he's waiting.
Can we offer you anything? You want some coffee, tea, water? Recreational drugs?
Tea would be nice.
Okay. I yell up into the air because I assume everybody's watching. Hey, Scotty, send us some tea.
Scott is too far away for anybody to hear, but Zoe could swear she hears him grumbling.
I didn't say you personally. Jesus. He put his hand on the transmit button. He was like, "God damn it, it's not my job."
He actually does
Hilarious.
call out for one of the security team to get some tea. Not one of the four that are here, including himself, but he calls further into the ship.
Yeah, I send Volt out to get it and bring it in.
Okay, then all Scotty does is send a message over to the galley saying somebody make some tea.
Mm-hmm.
Clank clank. The ladder is secured against the wingtip, and Drew climbs down.
I
Learn how to be a good host.
He looks over at the android that brought the ladder and nods at them. Says, "Thank you."
Oh, very polite.
And looks toward Zoe. Now, how far away is the contact team? Are you guys trying to stay outside that 10-meter risk zone, or are you guys inside it?
No. I'm not. I mean, fuck. Apparently I'm immune to this shit, so I'll just walk right up. Hey, what's up? I want to inspect his ship.
Okay.
Tell me everything I could possibly know about this ship from the outside.
Roll me an int fix.
Mm-hmm. 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 I didn't just close the character sheet so I could see the screen. No, that's not something that I always do.
I would never do that. Don't forget shift double click.
Kablamo.
Hey, that is a very good roll. So, looking at this ship, it seems to, hang on, let me review my notes real quick, because of course I didn't expect you to inspect the ship at all.
Of course you didn't.
That
Why would
doesn't
you?
make
It's not
sense,
something.
right? Yeah.
It's not something that I do literally every time we meet some new technology. Not literally the first thing. I always do when I have the chance.
Um, and of course it is kind of scattered for me. Okay. So the ship has fairly normal looking design for an atmospheric ship. This would just be an Atmo flyer if it didn't have ship grade armor, which Zoe can clearly see. It has ship grade armor, and well, from being fired upon in the drop pod, what are probably ship grade weapons. However, Zoe's inspection. We have a little bit of a description over here. It's a massive triangle in Vanta Black. Think Journey album cover meets 90s cocaine grunge chick.
Okay.
There's no obvious mounting points for weapons, nor holes for weapons to really fire from. It looks like somebody took toy gun parts that are plastic and completely sealed and attached them to the wingtips. Now, of course, this is all very difficult to make any kind of distinguishing or distinction with because of how black the ship is. It's hard to see these details. It could be that there's a hole in that wingtip cannon that you just can't see because it looks exactly like the rest of it. Unseeable, black. From the outside looking at it, Zoe isn't going to be able to tell much. However, if she's able to get a closer look, I will reserve that 14 for further inspection.
Dope. I like your ship. It's hot.
It's very serviceable. And I want Zoe and Nemesis wasn't there. Is Charlie in the bridge watching these interactions?
Yeah, Charlie's watching everything.
All right, let's go ahead and put Charlie's pog in the oval bridge.
Or with the security team?
Or the security team, you know, wherever you
Yeah,
want.
yeah, wherever he wants to be. I'm gonna put a couple
Are we-
NPCs there too.
Move things around.
Yeah, should I move these guys over here because they're technically in the thing with us?
Yeah, if they are
They're right by the ship.
if they're staying there, then yeah, go ahead and keep them over there.
Oh, yeah.
I
They're
mean,
definitely
at some
staying
point,
there.
at some point, we're gonna have to untie this thing and let it go, right?
In theory. My androids.
Armstrong, you're not securing the ship. Get in the bridge.
Yep, that's where I meant to put her. Thank you.
And Libra. Yeah,
There we go.
Okay, cool. Somebody else got her.
Vanish to the bridge for all eternity.
So let's go ahead and have Charlie and Zoe make a notice check. Notice wisdom.
Oh, thank God, somebody else to pick up my slack. I don't notice things. I have people for that. Yeah, 4.
You got 9 on channel 5.
So, Charlie.
Look, you drop a Vanta black triangle on me that flies through the air. I'm looking at that. Anyway.
All right, Bear. Thanks for hopping in. Look forward to seeing you later.
Viewer.
Yep. It's very subtle for Charlie to notice, but it kind of stands out because of how stark things were in that your memory of the encounter on Kos. Um, there were clear words are failing me right now. There were
It's a possession.
certain hints of possession, certain characteristics and body language that the possessed people on Kos exhibited when it was the possessed entity that was acting through them or speaking through them. This Drew does not appear to be displaying those.
Okay.
Presumably speaking of his own free will.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just have to find a way to translate that into actual words that can be used.
The host appears to be speaking of their own free will.
I was not smart enough to say something like that.
He's not glowing.
Glowing. They glow?
When the possessing entity wants to, yes, but it is
Oh, I
not
guess that's
always
not
a
always
glow. Yeah, no.
Not always that obvious. Oh, okay.
No. They wouldn't be that great at possessing humans if they always glowed.
Also say you.
They use the glow for dramatic and performative effect.
They glow because they want to,
Exactly.
not because they need to.
I'm just gonna go with this one. Seems different somehow. It's the best I got.
Also got a question for reminding players and such. Is Zoe have her her info world detector?
No, I plugged it into the ship, remember?
Well, you could have unplugged it.
Mm.
Excuse me.
No, she
Okay.
doesn't have it.
All right.
Which should probably mean that I might actually have more.
Infinite information.
I think I had it as a survey scanner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I have it plugged into the ship.
Okay. All right. He continues, kind of gestures back to the ship. It has its limitations. Are
Yeah, well,
you
going
an
into-
engineer then?
Oh yeah. Among other things, but I do like me some technology.
Please refrain from inspecting the ship too much.
If you stare too deeply into the abyss stares back.
But what if I want the abyss to be more like me?
I don't think that's what that means.
You know what? With the LaRues, it probably would end up that way.
Right? You're not staring into the abyss. The abyss is staring unto you because of how brilliant and amazing you are. Yeah, all right. Well, then why don't you tell me why you wanted this meeting?
Oh yeah, something about a prison planet, right?
It was you who asked for this meeting. You wanted more information about what is happening on our world.
Yes. Let me Oh, bad decisions. All right.
Do it.
Let me lay out for you what we know. I let him know about our encounters with the Vega on
Mhm.
Kos, and uh, I think,
Perhaps the black smoke entities.
and yeah, and the black smoke entities on the planet and their attempted uh
Ascension.
heaven.
Or-
Yeah, ascension. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. I was gonna say heavenization of
Same
the
thing.
planet, but ascension of the planet makes more sense. Yeah. Um, and the oh shit.
Actually, I'm gonna pause you there because as
Maybe.
Zoe is talking about Kos and just to get into the number of condensers that you guys found.
I think that she would say that we found condensers and we know there's more, but not that. She would keep it on the down low that we fucking tore a couple apart.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
you know,
We're sharing some information. We're not sharing all information.
yeah,
Well,
we're we're sharing what we know so that we can save time in this here thing, and they could just tell us stuff that we didn't
To
know.
provide to provide
oh
context
yeah,
for
no, that's not how this is
also.
gonna go. We're gonna do a full-on conversation on this.
Fuck me, I don't want to do a conversation.
Yeah, just
I really,
information dump us.
come
Um,
on, bro,
so
be cool, be
as
cool.
that's what the condensers do.
Oh,
That's what they
all
did. We
right, I'm
destroyed
done.
them.
I'm quitting. See you guys.
Bye.
I'm out.
As Zoe is talking about condensers on Kos, um, you see a floating ball of light detach itself from the ship
From
and
which ship?
the black ship.
Nope, nope, not having none of that. Uh-uh. As soon as I see ball light, guns come out. Nope. Uh-uh.
uh, it is moving towards Drew. Or does anybody shoot it?
I'm watching you. You better only go to Drew.
It moves slowly, and as the guns come out, Drew looks around, startled. What what is the meaning of this?
You tell me, Johnny Mc. We're all
Possessed.
having a nice fun time, and then fucking
Johnny
balls of light
McPossessed.
pop out. Possession balls.
All right. So nobody is shooting it if it just goes straight to Drew, right?
I think
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
yeah.
yeah, I
Okay.
feel like the plan is, yeah.
All right. Before Drew can actually answer that question, the ball of light does enter, and he stands erect.
Oh, Drew didn't see it.
I am Drew.
Mm,
Wow.
Put
mm,
your weapons away.
mm. I'm not gonna put it away, but I will stop pointing it at you.
Bracing.
Kazem
Because
insisted that he exit the ship without me, in case this was an ambush.
look, people are so
Oh, good.
untrusting.
We earned
Everything is
Drew's
okay.
trust.
I am disturbed that there is condenser technology on another planet.
Yeah. I mean, that makes at least 7 of us.
I
8.
mean, didn't that mothership have like a condenser on it?
It had condenser technology. Yeah, you guys have the plans and the know-how to build a condenser. You just, it takes a lot
Oh,
of
it,
TL5 materials and workshop and
yeah,
all that.
And we have no desire.
and
Right,
that's
right.
probably best not to mention.
Yeah, you have neither the ability,
No,
you have neither the materials, ability, or desire to build one, but you do have the knowledge of how.
yeah. Well, no, we have the ability to build it. Come on.
I'm using ability as in like you don't have the workshop necessary
You don't
for it.
have the facility.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. All right. There
yeah,
we
you
go.
don't have the facility. You've got the ability, not the facility.
Yeah, I remember. I think that ship that we got it from, I think, was big enough for us to fly the rosin into, right?
Yes, it
Yeah, yeah.
was.
I'm like, I'm about to have fix 4. I better have the ability. Fuck me.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you had a TL5 workshop equivalent, you could absolutely build it.
Nice. All right. That's what I'm saving up all my money for. I'm gonna buy a TL5 workshop. I don't know from who, but I'm gonna do it. Anybody that would sell me a TL5 workshop is like, what is this money?
The
Yeah.
the condenser that you have found and the knowledge to build it must be destroyed, or the centuries that my Vega have spent on Ecos are for nothing.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to rewind that and give us some context because I don't understand.
Jai might.
Yeah, Jai's pondering.
Jai's being useless as usual.
Jai
Later on,
stands there like, oh.
he'll come up with some brilliant things. But
Yeah,
right now
he'll have some sort of epiphany.
he's thinking about drugs.
Um, he looks at the assembled people. What further explanation do you need beyond it must be destroyed?
I mean, we thought they were yours, so it seems kind of weird to us that you now want them to be destroyed.
The condensers are human technology.
It's like, I don't know. Are we?
And what is wrong with you? He's looking at Zoe.
Oh, I'm empty,
Hmm.
apparently.
Are we
Yes.
Are we interdimensionalists for assuming that all the Vega are on the same side?
Yes.
That's okay, because we're the good guys.
Yeah, obviously. Come on, look at our hats. There's no skulls. Um,
How did you
I
get
mean-
this way?
Human technology.
He seems very interested in Zoe.
Good
Yeah, of
genes
course
and a
he
balanced
is.
diet.
Yeah, they're just fascinated with these people.
And he is walking towards her. Slowly.
Well, when I was a young girl, about 10 minutes ago, about a year ago, somebody put all of my memories into a machine that ate them. Apparently, that kind of emptied me out.
Hmm. He's now doing kind of a crazy person reading somebody's aura, gesturing. He's got a hand up and he's like,
Oh, hey, buddy.
he's,
If you're gonna inspect my aura, I could inspect your fucking ship.
fine.
Yeah. All right. Pop open all those hatches. Let's take a look. See.
No, not yet.
Oh well, then stop doing your Reiki shit. Get out. Get away from me.
He puts his hand down and looks at Zoe, completely unamused.
Look, dude. If that even is your real gender.
You will
Uh,
inspect the ship after I inspect you.
Yeah. All right. Whatever. We'll get to that later.
It's a fair trade.
Context.
Just trade your body for knowledge of the ship.
No, I'm trading my aura for knowledge of the ship. Come on, bro. Don't make it gross.
So does Zoe let him do the hand wavy thing?
No,
Oh, okay.
that's a distraction. The Vega on coast were the ones running the condensers. So what does that mean? Is there two factions of Vega that both call themselves Vega? Because that's not going to be confusing at all.
He turns away and moves back a couple steps so that he's not like right there in Zoe's face.
Yeah. Has our tea shut up?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Who
Pour-
is bringing it
pour
over?
tea. Bolt. That's who I sent out to get it.
Okay. Right, that's
Or
right.
I don't remember which one I said. One of the robots.
Volt is bringing the tea.
Mhm.
He looks over at Volt as Volt is approaching with tea. Hmm. The tea that Kazim agreed to.
We've
I
lost
suppose
somebody.
he would enjoy it. Oh, sorry, what was that, Nox?
We lost somebody.
Oh,
Not me. Oh, we lost Zoe. Most important.
oh,
Arguably.
see.
Debatably most important member at the moment.
Well, currently active.
Who?
We've forgotten.
May have lost power.
Gaslighting.
Sounds like a biggest rippus.
Or is it a false Hydra? You familiar with the false Hydras? I need to look them up more, actually.
Well, that was
I'm
fucking
back.
weird.
What happened?
I don't know. My
You may never
internet blinked or something. I don't. It was very weird.
Huh. All right.
Because I went down and checked my router. It's working fine. I came back up, and I rejoined, and it put me back in. So I don't fucking know. That was weird.
Was it did you experience any disconnect from Roll20 or was it just Discord?
Well, I didn't reload any of my other stuff, so I don't know if it got disconnected. But
Hmm.
yeah, just Discord disconnected me. Wouldn't let me log back in. I went down. I walked down to check my router. I walked back up, and it let me back in. I don't fucking know.
Oh, weird. All right.
Anyway.
So the tea has arrived.
Mhm.
And I don't know where exactly we lost you.
You were about to tell me everything.
Oh, okay. Well, starting with the everything, Drew commented that, yes, the tea that Kazem agreed to, and then kind of, I suppose he would enjoy it. And holds his hand out to receive the tea.
You might want to let it cool off before you drink it.
he looks at Zoe. Yes.
Like, I don't know how comfortable you are with or how long you've been possessing this dude, but he might enjoy it more if you let it cool off a little.
I understand. My kind are frightening and mysterious to you.
I mean, only because you steal people's bodies, which is, creepy.
He doesn't respond to that. To tell you the history of my kind is unreasonable.
Well, I mean, give us the highlights.
The
Context,
TLDR.
my dude. Context.
You'll have a written history. Just hand us over on a data drive.
He frowns a little bit.
Can you sing us the song of your people?
I will let Kazem relay this.
But
And
it's not in song format.
the posture of the man you were speaking to becomes less rigid. Because then looks down at the tea and the steam that is still coming off the tea, and continues to just hold the glass, the mug, and he says, in much less of a trying to impersonate Drew voice, a more natural human voice, he says, the Vega essentially end the universe as we know it.
Yeah, we got that.
It's
Oh, I guess I'm just speaking through comms.
well, are those comms open through the speakers? Can they hear you?
No, it's probably just in Jai and Zoe's ears.
Okay. And the rest of the team. Everybody down there can hear Nemesis snarking.
Yes.
Snark is most important.
Um,
What is best in life? To
He-
snark your enemies.
he shrugs a little bit and says, it's just what they do. He thinks back. Okay. I think it has best been understood to us if you think of the Big Bang as a cycle perpetuated by the Infraworld and the Vega.
Yeah, Big Bang, Big Crunch.
Yes, the Infraworld consumes real space, enters real space, and drags it into the Infraworld. And the weight of real space inside the Infraworld drags more space into the Infraworld until it is all consumed.
But that's like on a scale of trillions of years.
Normally,
fine.
yes.
Yeah.
Something has changed that scale. The Vega say humans have changed that scale. He takes a sip of the tea. This is good tea.
Any other comments, anyone? I don't want to be the only one making comments when I'm not there.
I don't get it.
Really? So, my take is probably human technology, exploring the Infraworld has probably triggered this change. Which actually,
Yeah.
because like normally it's on a timescale that humanity would not care about in most cases, unless you're doing like an end of the universe type of game style. Which I don't think there's any indications you're the end of the.
No, we're
Yeah.
properly in the year 3200, not the year 3200 like a billion years from
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, or trillion.
Trillion,
Years.
yeah, right.
Yeah, like the timescale is like staggering.
Mhm.
At least in that. I guess technically, I think the Big Crunch is purely theoretical. I don't know if they can
Right.
prove that one or not yet.
Yeah. In
But
fact,
I guess in this case, I guess it's for the sake of this fiction, it is.
well,
a
no, I
change.
was actually going to say that even in the science of 3250, the Big Crunch still hasn't been able to be proven. It remains a theory.
I mean, you've only had a couple thousand years.
Yeah.
Really, I guess 1,000 and some years. That's like to try to postulating about something that's trillions of years.
Now, the ability of spike drives or metaspace, traveling metaspace, to go much, much further than, your nearest 100 light year away neighbor, it has certainly helped understand the universe, but the Big Crunch still seems like something that even if you could reach the farthest reaches of the observable universe, you just find yourself in a universe that has a new observable horizon and effectively no change.
Hold on, is it? I just really want to imagine a Futurama, multiple universes. Or get to the edge of the universe and see the other universe yourself.
Kazem straightens, and you know that you're speaking with Drew again. It is what the Vega do. The process has begun by human technology, and the Vega will continue it.
So you're trying to move us all into
Well, I think
infraspace?
what he's saying is that it's normally it's like a natural cycle, but it's way off kilter.
And he answers Zoe, yes. It is what must be done.
Must it?
So, but yeah, I guess my question from there becomes like, why it seems like Drew is opposed and attempting to forestall this. Is that correct? I guess I could speak on a speaker. I could speak through Switch or filter. Switch would be a little more amenable though.
Why don't you speak through Ohm or Joule or Volt?
Oh yeah, that's easier.
Or actually, even through one of the security
Or-
robots.
Or to creep them out, all three at once.
Well, you're not actually speaking through Ohm, Joule, or Volt, because those are VI. You would be,
Okay, well I can still I can still talk like twins through the bots.
yes, you can. Yeah, with the VI, it would be more like Nemesis saying, hey, say this.
Okay, yeah. I'll speak through one. Well, I'll just do one of them, but
Okay.
I'm really thinking about the twin speak thing.
All right.
Yeah, they're just alternating them.
Then, what did the robot say for Nemesis? Well, what did Nemesis say through the robot?
Hold on, so, oh gosh, what did I say? I'll play
Something
it back.
about why are they trying to stop it?
Yeah, I guess if this is just what you do, it's like, why is Drew, like I said, is seemingly attempting to forestall this event?
Let me explain the Vega. Vega do what must be done. And what must be done is what has always been done. It has always been done because it is what must be done. This makes little sense to your human brains.
Yeah, well, that's because you're fucking cryptic as shit, and like, I mean,
Yeah, is my translator broken?
Yeah,
Hardcore
like-
traditionalist standpoint.
can I say some cryptic shit and then be like, well, you're fucking Vega
It is the
ghost
way
brain doesn't understand that. I mean, come on.
All
it
things
is the way
human
it
are
is 'cause it is
cryptic
the
to
way it is.
Vega.
Progress for the sake of progress. Bring on the skyscrapers.
Think of Vega thought as a circle.
Oh my
Sorry,
god.
Vega action as a circle.
Somebody's been
Yeah.
watching too much of
It just sounds almost like you're saying Vega are unthinking creatures without free will.
what the hell is that? What the hell is the name of that
Wait,
movie
do
where they
Vega have free
talk
will?
in circles?
Yeah, I don't know. Center.
Doesn't sound like it.
Arrival. Somebody's been watching too much Arrival.
Oh yeah, they did think in circles, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Since did it.
It is. This is said in your human tongue simply to mean that the Vega do because they are supposed to do, and they are supposed to do because they do. Is that easier to understand?
No. Do what?
Nice try though.
The Vega, untouched by humanity, are an unstoppable physical force. unstoppable force of physics. They are
They're
Okay,
like gravity.
they are gravity.
but why are we talking to this force of physics right now?
You have called me into your ship. You allowed me into your ship.
Yeah, but normally you don't
Missing the bigger
negotiate.
question.
Normally you don't get info dumps from gravity, you know?
What would you ask it if you could? Would you ask
Uh,
it why does it crush things into itself?
We'd ask all sorts of things. We
yes.
could speak to a force of physics, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like yes, we would actually.
And what answer would you expect from gravity?
Something probably unintelligible, judging
Probably,
by my
probably
previous
something a lot like.
experience talking to forces of nature.
To
Yes,
be fair,
unintelligible. It would translate to because I must.
no, that's a fair point.
Vega are altered by human permeability. And that is why I do what I do.
Is it human influence?
Yes.
Like,
Through possession of human for centuries.
yeah, you take it, you influence them directly, but they also influence you.
It is similar to how human memories and fragments and other concepts that I do not understand and that you do not understand arrive in the infraworld.
Hmm.
Takes a sip of his tea.
Take a sip of my tea.
I think there's tea sipping all around.
I have brought a great weight into this conversation. Let me simplify it into a classic story frame. The Vega on Ecos that live in those domed cities. They wish to spread condenser technology throughout the sector, throughout the universe. The Vega that live outside of the cities, that tend for and care for humans who have either escaped the cities or survived wreckages that were shot down. We have taken on human traits and do not wish to see the universe dragged back into the infraworld in such short time.
Is why? I'm trying to think. I guess I get kind of like they must, but why would they start using the condenser technology? Would essentially be in a natural method, like that would be using an artificial means of accelerating a natural process, right?
The method is not as important as the result.
So it's like an intelligent force of physics
I am
that will,
intelligent. The Vega are intelligent.
right. So it's an intelligent force of physics that has this compulsion that must do this thing, but because it's intelligent, it's able to use artificial means to do so.
Yes, your robot understands. How
Well, it's
else
like if
how else can I explain it to you humans?
okay, interesting. But some are influenced by people to intelligently not want it. Why? Oh, but it's intelligent force, and I guess they they found they had the capability to possess humans, and that's when they get influenced by them. But they're also trying to use humans to. This is deep. I might
Is the
drown. I
robot
might.
just rambling all this?
Yeah, no, I might drown here. But it sounds like I may be onto something, or onto an understanding.
Yes, the robot continues to make sense. Drew looks back over at Zoe. Let us complete our transaction. I will inspect you, and you will inspect my ship. It will bring you more understanding.
God, I hope so, because I'm still fucking lost.
I'm just thinking. I mean, imagine if gravity was intelligent and started using like, I don't know. What would an intelligent force of gravity do? Like, I guess it would be attempted to direct things towards black holes, like nudging things towards black holes to increase. I don't know.
While the robot continues to ponder the physics and realities of the world.
I mean, I'm just trying to think of how to reframe this for other people. I mean, or
At some point, we got to explain it to other people.
yeah.
Drew goes back to Zoe, moves up real close, and again puts his hand up as if he is feeling around for an aura around her. His hand focuses more on her head and upper body, but not just her head. He asks her to turn around, and if she does, okay, does she?
Yes.
When she does, he takes his aura feeling, and it's important to note that he is not actually making physical contact with Zoe at any point. He takes his aura feeling all the way down to the base of her spine and a little bit out into the shoulders. And then he does tap her on the shoulder, and you may turn around again. Thank you. You are very curious.
Yep.
He looks over at Jalter and Switch and the other 3 androids. These are normal, but not human. They possess the qualities needed for Vega. Come to my ship now. He turns around and starts walking back towards the ship. He doesn't use the ladder though, he just floats up to the cockpit.
Human
Jesus
body and
Christ. All right.
all. Oh, great. We got a super telekinetic.
All right. Yeah. Well, let's take a look here at this shippo.
As he lands on the top of the ship near the cockpit, he turns to Zoe and, would you like a lift up?
No, I got a ladder. And I walk up the ladder.
And all of a sudden, force puppeted.
As Zoe is climbing up the ladder, she's obviously looking over to see what she can of the cockpit as she's climbing. Unless I'm missing my assessment of her character there.
No, yeah. I mean, she would be more interested
Mm-hmm.
in the cockpit, yeah, than making sure she doesn't trip and die.
So you tell me if she, how she reacts, if she trips and dies, or what she does when she sees within the cockpit fleshy bits of like bodily muscle throughout the internal controls of the cockpit.
That's fucking terrifying.
It has normal-looking human controls, or at least normal-ish within certain design standard. But there is bioorganic, fleshy material all throughout it.
Mm-hmm. I ask him about that.
It is a husk, like
Mm.
humans, aside from you, are husks.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't use that word. It's kind of not gonna make him very many human friends, you know.
It's kind of already been used in sci-fi too, and you don't want to see the Mass Effect husks.
It is the most appropriate human word. What
Okay.
else
Well,
do you use to describe a shell into which you can reside
Oh,
and control?
it's
a
like
suit.
it's like an artificial home for it.
Yeah, it's
So
suit. It's its plain suit.
yeah, because they need a host to like persist here, however that works.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's a skin
Okay.
suit.
Yeah, it's a skin suit,
Skin
which is
suit
not.
sounds more terrifying.
Eh,
I prefer husk.
is it intelligent?
Yes.
Oh God. Okay, now.
Mm, mm.
It must possess intelligence for the Vega to possess it.
Does it have a mouth? Can it scream?
No, it
Does
has
not,
been
but it must.
grown without any ability to communicate.
Oh God.
Terrible. All right.
It is how
So
the
what you
Vega
say?
fly these ships without putting the humans at risk.
Excuse me. Other than your
Ship has no
walking
mouth and
around
it must
host.
scream.
I'm sorry, I missed what you were saying there, Xander. Can you repeat it?
Yeah, I mean, other than your walking around host, because you gotta bring them
Because
with you, right?
like I was saying, they don't need to bring it with them.
Well, then what's the
That's
cockpit for?
so they can fly it without the human host inside.
Yes, the robot again makes sensical words.
The human host is essentially their vac suit.
The human host allows Vega to walk among humans and communicate with humans. This
Because they foolishly didn't give their ships a mouth to scream with.
this ship host is for more intuitive and responsive control. Human bodies are very fragile and inefficient.
Yep, no, that's true.
Hmm.
I have shown you this because it is similar to what you will see if the Vega bring the black ships into space.
The husk, is it based on any sort of is it based on human genome? I'm asking questions that Jai would be asking.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that will definitely get Jai's interest, I imagine. Artificial life.
Yeah. Give me a second. Let me flip over that because he does have some information about that. One second. Um, he says, I do not believe so. I
No?
do not know all of the specifics, but this husk and the husks of the skin suits that Vega will use to descend upon your populations were built as war machines by another species millennia ago.
Another species in our well, I'm trying to remember. A sector is like just a portion of a galaxy.
Nope. A sector is a metaspatial slice that can contain star systems from within multiple galaxies, perhaps even multiple universes. But I'm not exploring that part.
Okay.
But yeah, they can be stars from galaxies across the span of the universe.
Okay. And it's just basically what's accessible based on metaspatial links or
Yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I apologize. I am exploring the other universe part because no, I'm not. Never mind.
Well, not exactly. You can't just take a spike drive to another universe.
No, no, you
You're
can't.
exploring other universes in a different way.
He Drew does say, however, that the this race that built the bioorganic factories destroyed themselves, but the factories remain, and that race is actually from another universe.
Multiverse theory confirmed. Um, hmm. Don't suppose that's located at TMT 77.
He is not familiar with that location.
Well, maybe not
I
in
mean,
those
he's
terms.
not familiar with the name.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that name is probably assigned by some scientist, some random scientist somewhere, because that's just like a designation for a star, or in this case, a black hole.
We're at 1 o'clock. Do you guys want to take your 15 right now?
I could.
Sure.
All right. We'll go ahead and break for 15 minutes here, and 14 minutes, and come back at 1:15.
Alrighty.
All right, let me go ahead and bring us back into frame. Zoe is looking at this cockpit and has been given permission to inspect it. How much does she actually want to inspect it now that she sees it?
I mean, it's creepy, but let's take a look at it.
Okay. So going back to that 14 that you rolled, Zoe sees all of the standard controls and equipment that one would expect for an atmospheric flying vessel. It is lacking a spike drive, and it is also lacking usable propulsion in space. It could technically make its way across space, but it would be like a rowboat trying to cross the Atlantic Ocean just to get from one planet Ecos to another habitable planet, Canageris. Even if it could make it to the edge of the system, it still doesn't have a spike drive, so it would just continue floating there forever. Zoe still can't find any actual weapons on her inspection, although there are weapon controls.
Pull the trigger. Best way to find out what it does. There goes the security team. Whoops.
Yes, you're you're right, Meowkin. Wrong channel. But that's fine. Nobody releases the in-game channel all that much anyways.
Every now and then, though.
It's used occasionally. I can't think of anything else to just blurb out to you. So are there any specific questions that you, Zoe, have? I see you lighting up. I could not hear anything though, Xander.
Yeah, I went,
Ah,
and then I didn't say anything after that.
gotcha.
I don't really know.
Well, I'll let you come back if you think of something later. And
Okay.
I'll
Yeah, that'd be good.
answer it then. Let's see. Drew asks, "Is it what you expected?"
No, it's a fucking Frankenstein.
What is a Frankenstein?
Well, I mean, I guess technically it's a Frankenstein's monster, but let's not get into that. Ask. Oh God, what's his host's name?
Kazem.
Yeah,
Ask
that.
him about it later. He'll let you know. I assume Mary Shelley's still read in this modern era.
I know all that Kazem would know.
It's a book about a dude who took a bunch of dead body parts and stitched them together.
But this body is not dead. It has never been.
Hmm.
All right, we can break out of actual conversation here. You guys have, I think, gotten plenty of a feel for Drew, and maybe a little bit for Kazem. What kind of information do you want? Let me actually look at the Jai's list real quick. What the hell are you doing here? Seems like it was answered. How did you get here? Drew tells you that entities from the infraworld are occasionally able to slip through into this real space. He warily also tells you that that they cannot survive long without a human host. So, unless there is an adequate subject nearby, those entities that come in to real space without the aid of a condenser just kind of fritter around a bit and go back home. But he kind of links this to the whole big crunch in that the weight of entities, of all entities, not just Vega or smoke entities, is what eventually drags a real space into the infraworld. Over, as the robot said, 1,000,000,000 years. 1,000,000,000 of human years.
Does anyone even remember how we determined a year?
What's that?
Does anyone even know how we determined a year? Like, Earth is just like a myth, right?
Yeah, it's a far distant past. It's just
Yeah, we've kept the same time.
it's a mandate.
Yeah.
One of
Uh,
those things. It's like the mile. We just keep using it because we've always used it. It doesn't mean
yeah.
anything.
Yeah. Um, and then of course he also mentions that the condenser uh opens a great big doorway between the infraworld and real space through which smoke entities can pour, uh, Vega can pour. Um, it's just uh, kind of a free for all. What are those ships of yours made out of? Material. There's nothing particularly special about the ship material. Um, the Vanta Black is special, but it's not something you guys don't know about. It's just a coating technology. He's already answered why he's attempting to keep ships away from the planet. Kind of. Um,
Keep
he can
condenser
explain a little bit.
technology,
What's up?
which is to keep the condenser technology from spreading,
Yes, yeah.
which is a little ironic.
Basically, they don't have spike drive technology or the resources to make spike drives, even if they got their hands on the technology on this planet.
As long as you destroy any spike drives that land on the planet, the ships
I
they blow up.
I missed the first part of that. Can you repeat it?
Oh, I'll say so long as they destroy any spike drives that arrive on the planet.
Yep. And that is what he does. He and the other humanized Vega um, make a quick sortie to destroy ships that enter atmosphere, and specifically to destroy the spike drive. They if they are able to, they will rescue any humans that survive the crash, and take them back to one of these bases. But they're on a very strict time limit because the domed cities have many more ships in them, and they need to make sure that they don't get captured or their base is found out.
So that
Well,
does raise another question: is so the non-humanized Vega are still keeping humans in those domes?
yes, there's about 100,000 or so across those four domes.
Oh, I guess they're just keeping them as hosts.
Yeah.
But wait, what? That's way more hosts than they need. Well, I guess to keep a healthy population and possibly. Wait, are they breeding them for perhaps? Wait, do we know anything about the Vega enhancing psionic abilities? Or
Nope.
okay, so we don't strictly know about that. We know this. We saw this guy fly,
Uh-huh.
um, which is, I suppose, that's something that Charlie would know about as a powerful telekinetic
Mhm.
ability, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that theory would just be out of care. I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess I could still ask. I was like, oh, why do they need so many humans?
Um, they are a game to them. He brings up the broadcast that you must surely have heard if you're orbiting,
Mm-hmm.
and
So that's why
posted the whole thing in the general channel over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember it. Uh,
The Vega are playing The Sims. Okay.
Well, I guess that's one way to kill time.
I, I don't know. That's I feel like that's surprisingly human, aside from the fact that
How do they kill time for the billions and billions of years that humans aren't alive?
I mean, how do they kill time in infraspace?
So let's actually get both those questions separately. So, Charlie, through someone else, or through speakers of some sort, is he asking that question? How they kill time before humans came around?
I'll just
No,
let
this
Charlie
is
speak for the same
entirely out of
Jamat.
character.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Does someone else
My
ask
question.
that?
I mean, my
Okay.
question's about the infraspace.
Okay.
Like, how do they kill? I mean, it's like, do they have games they play at infraspace too?
Well, the former question will lead into the second question. Um, the the
Okay.
time killed before humans is well, one, they're not restricted to just human hosts. There is a certain kind of brainwave pattern and not brainwave pattern, neurological, including the whole central nervous system. That's why he was looking at Zoe's spine. Um, kind of patterning that is needed for them, which he notes is also present in those androids that you have.
This
Um,
reminds me also of Futurama.
um,
The brains.
and so, in some universes they don't ever find any viable hosts, and in others, like your real space here, your universe,
Plentiful host.
plentiful hosts. There's humans. Well, in the other universe, there were those the things that they made the ships and their biosuits from. In this universe, again, androids, even some animals on various planets. Um, Aside from that, the passage of time isn't really a thing in infraspace. And here, his description of the infraworld gets a little bit strange. He describes it as a place both infinite and zero in dimension, uh, as existing in all places and none, so infinitely vast and infinitely dense, so that all places are one.
Okay. Well, that's not helpful.
No,
But I
it's all
appreciate
very
the effort.
cryptic again, but
Yeah.
some extrapolations that
Jai would love it.
yeah, some extrapolations that also Zoe can pull from that are um, that if this infraworld is in all places and none, then entering the infraworld is simply entering the infraworld, and you can then come back out of the infraworld somewhere else.
We did confirm that the infraworld is distinct from metaspace, right?
The infraworld is definitely distinct from metaspace. And to throw a reminder to the players, you guys are missing a piece of technology called the infra drive.
Oh, right. That existed on the Raza, right?
Probably
And
unrelated.
supposedly allowed the Raza to simply appear and disappear anywhere they wanted.
Regardless of metaspace.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was more primarily. Was it just short hops, or was
Nope,
it you could
that
still do that
was
from some distance?
across the
Oh
sector.
gosh. Okay. So we need that.
I believe you guys have gotten some information on where that drive went.
Is it on Ecos?
No. Let me
Alright.
make.
Oh, that's right. Wasn't it Spectre Star probably? 'Cause those Spectre Star agents that's left the Raza in the condition that it was, right?
Let's see. Hang on. I knew I put it in. Oops, wrong way. Information that Lisa found.
Yeah.
Or maybe I didn't. Let me just do a search for InfoDrive. Alright, that's your information. Ah, okay. This was back when you were talking to Cassian, about Starbase and the people that, there we go. That's the right one. The people that salvaged your ship. Um, Edgar Sage, the Interapath, had rooted around in Joey and Terran's brains and learned that they sold the infradrive to Mercure.
Mercure Corp. Well, time to smash and grab.
There you go. Let's see. He kind of. Dang it. No, stop doing that. He asks if you'd like to hear a more poetic
I don't do
description
well
of the
with poems.
Infraworld.
I don't do well with poems. Says the robot.
Yeah, right. Okay, hang on. The GM is trying to process everything right now.
Just hear modem noises.
He says that this isn't a poem strictly, but that it is a quote from a explorer who went into the Infraworld. And she's a human. And she is
More poetically minded than Jai.
oh well, yeah, definitely. She is known among some of the entities because of her connection to an early a planet that was brought into the Infraworld early. It's still accessible in real space. All these planets will still be accessible in real space, even after being, quote, consumed by the Infraworld, but with some fairly drastic changes. And he says that he would allow Kazem to recite this poem-ish if you are interested in hearing the ramblings of an unreasoned mind.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not.
All
Even
right.
if I won't appreciate it.
You see the telltale slump of rigidity that accompanies the entity relinquishing control, and Kazem looks around and says, "Well, this human is called the Jody, and she's just kind of, I don't know if she's real, but she's kind of a legend of what the Infraworld could hold for humans. Here, let me recite to you her words." And he actually kind of takes on a poetic stance. Visualize whatever a poetic stance looks like. Standing up straight, but
some slam poetry.
yes.
Opens his mouth and just starts screeching.
Oh God!
Hilarious.
That's awesome, but I'm visualizing something more like he stands up a little bit straighter, not rigid like if he were being controlled, but straighter, and lifts his head and his nose so that he's speaking out over the crowd instead of to the crowd. And he says, "There's a world out here, a whole universe of forests and lakes, mountains and rivers. It's all around us. You have to listen carefully to hear its whisper. Neither heaven nor hell. There's no god or devil. Just a place where we continue to exist after we die. My soul explores it endlessly, and I've still only seen a fragment of it. I can be everywhere and nowhere. I can dissolve into nothing or become whole again. I can merge my soul with others or be more alone than any human being has ever been. All this is possible merely by the force of my will." And he actually seems a little bit choked up as he's reciting this.
Yeah, see, poetry doesn't do it for me.
You're a robot.
Yeah, totally a robot here.
It means something to us that have felt the influence of the Vega. It's the Infraworld is not an enemy. It is a beautiful place, if you believe the description. I've never been there.
It was windy last time we went.
That does not sound right.
I mean, I think we have the videotapes for it.
I think you do, yeah.
If you want, we could show you the videotapes.
Yes, I would be very interested in that. As would I.
Yeah. Let me set up the projector and we'll get down.
Alright. You set up a projector and a little space to present it on, giving your crew a little bit of a show too.
Mhm.
Elena has made
And this
some.
is where this is where we met the Johnsons. Oh, they were just great. They invited us over to their boat.
Elena has made some concessions to maintain control over the crew, and there are now more of the crew at the very back of the cargo bay, who, they're peering
Okay.
across 60 meters of space there, but they're going to be watching this as well.
Seems fair.
Right. Yeah, I mean, so far there's been no alarming signs of
He
possession.
seems perfectly happy with his current possessions.
um, and as you show this video to Drew/Kazem, Kazem is clearly in a little bit of disbelief here, is shaking his head slowly and scrunching his eyebrows. But midway through, as you're watching Jai through the portal, Drew takes over. You have physically entered the Infraworld. You should not physically enter the Infraworld in this way.
Glad I made the right call.
Yeah. I mean, is there a reason why, or you just is it
Is it a reason that perhaps Jai was immune to?
Did you not feel how the Infraworld was trying to eject you? And it's clearly obvious in the video that it was trying to eject Jai as he was having to struggle against that wind, pushing him towards the exit.
Can I look over at Jai?
Yeah, Jai definitely wouldn't have picked up on that. Jai's just used to that feeling. That's just what Jai always feels.
I mean, that's a constant. Everybody just wants to get rid of Jai at all times.
Jai says something similar, that it just seemed like a feature of the environment. Drew crosses his arms. The poetry spoken by the Jodi. To experience it, you will need to enter the infraworld in mind and spirit, not body. This can be aided by your death.
I'm good. Are you saying I have to die to discuss your insights on death?
Drew frowned a little bit and then relinquishes control, and Kazem adds, "It must be possible without dying. The Jodi has been there and has come back and has given us this beautiful image." Let's see. I'm going to go back to that Discord and see if there were any other of Lulu's questions that have not been addressed. No, I think all of
them kind of
Lulu's.
answer the same thing.
Yeah.
The last three are basically the same thing. They
Do
were
what?
all answered right. The last three were basically answered right all up front.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I sent a message to Lulu asking him what kind of questions Jai might have fairly late, so I didn't really give him a whole lot of time to think about it, but I also was trying not to stress him through the week. Just want to stress him at the last few minutes.
Oh yeah,
That
Best
seemed
way to do
reasonable
it.
to me.
A little bit of stress.
Yeah, well, instead of a little bit of stress over the week, a lot of stress a couple of days before the game. I know which one I'd prefer.
Seems fishy.
So, to continue with this highly expository session, is there any other information that you want about the Vega, the Infraworld, the black ships, which actually haven't been asked about in great detail?
I guess we didn't ask him about the weapons.
Okay.
That seems an obvious question.
He says that the weapons are powered by him. They
A lot.
they are merely focuses for me to exert control over this real space in the same way that that I could puncture your hole or lift the small one here off the ground. And he leans down, and just kind of for effect, he aims a finger at the floor of your cargo bay, and you see what looks like pressure just building up, but not punching through your floor. And
Dimpling.
he writes in scorching dark pressure, "Drew was here." It looks exactly the same as the writing on the walls of the Fiortinero that frantically scribbled, "The black ships are coming all over those walls."
We should probably mention.
So that's the weapons on that ship there.
So it's a focus for that.
Yep. Yeah, he adds that normally the Vega are a little bit clumsy with what humans call telekinesis. He says it's not the same as telekinesis. He's seen your psychics and it's not the same, but it's near enough. And they're a little bit clumsy. Can tend to only pull things and rip things apart.
So that little flying trick.
That's just him flying.
You talk. So, I guess the awkward question is like, so you're saying that Kachim, like Kachim,
Kazem.
Kazem, it's close. Anyways, Kazem is telekinetic.
He shakes his head. Says that it is him, Drew, that wields these forces.
Okay, so that's set. Okay, so you can just So you're just living with yourself.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That cleared up something for me. In a metaphysical, in a meta sense.
I know you're trying to get around to
Yeah.
see if they possessed or were breeding psychics.
Yeah. Because that's also my impression was that they were like, I guess it's because meta-wise that universe game was like it's like they're like a superpower telekinetics, like are they amplifying, does it amplify the telekinetics powers?
Yep.
Or well, but it's just the fact that what they do is very similar to what telekinetics do,
Yeah, the visual
but on a much
experience
greater scale.
is the same, but the he
Mechanics are
can
different.
describe a little bit that the energies involved are infraworld, not not real space.
Gotcha. So similar effects, different cause.
Yes. Kind of like the
Wow.
difference between magic and psionics.
Yeah, sure. This is okay. Oh, no, we have space magic.
What?
Magic.
Be fair, I think Dexter did say there was space magic, but
Yes,
he didn't tell us where it was.
I did.
This is our space magic. We found space magic, boys. All you have to do is get possessed, controlled by someone else.
And it's gotten a couple references throughout the campaign. Everywhere that I said your sensors pick up nothing, but you're clearly seeing something, has been space magic.
Is it like actual stuff that's from the space magic section?
No,
I've never looked at it. Oh, okay.
no, I prepared all this well before even the codex came out. And unfortunately, when I looked at the codex, hoping to find something that I could just kind of use and convert, I'm like, none of this really fits what I've written.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And by that point,
It's
I
kind of
was
stuff it's just basically stuff that can't. Yeah. I mean, it's just it's just science that's not sufficiently explained.
Yeah.
Or it's like presumably there is some scientific cause for it. It's just beyond understanding.
Well,
Like if you took a lighter back to caveman, it would be magic.
no, I'm
Maybe.
actually going more magic with this.
Okay.
By much of Drew's explanation of the infraworld, it breaks every single law of physics. And if he's saying that the effects that he produces are powered by the infraworld and not anything in real space, then it's just straight up magic.
I don't know about that. I prefer hard magic,
You
which is
prefer?
basically just science.
Oh yeah. Yep. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I can appreciate the application of soft magic.
If it makes you feel better, it does still have rules.
Well, then it's not super soft.
No.
I mean, I feel like magic is just like a different realm of science, kind of. That's like if it's 100% like hard written rules, like essentially like physics, but like a separate system. It's basically hard magic.
Okay. Then
Where
yes,
it's like
this
where
qualifies, I'd
it's
say.
okay. It's not that it's inexplicable or unexplainable, doesn't follow rules. It's just that we don't know the rules, and it does not follow any of the rules that we are familiar with physics and stuff.
Right. And to make things worse, you've got humans have no technology except for one piece of equipment in the entire sector and knowable universe that can even detect what this magic is doing and how. And that one piece of equipment is currently attached to your ship. Zoe made that.
Wow, Zoe. Congrats.
Yeah, well, I'm a real cool person.
All right.
My dad just wanted me to be a traitor.
Still does.
Short-sighted. Short-sighted.
Meanwhile,
It's a-
you somehow invented an entirely new world of technology.
Yep.
It's magic technology. Magic. Oh, Magitech.
All right. This has been a very dense session so far, and I don't want to keep pushing through and asking, do you have any more questions? Do you have any more questions? So I'll let us backburner it with if you come up with any questions over the week. I believe we're playing next week. I think I'm missing one person next week, right? Meowkin?
Next week, 22nd.
Yeah. No. I take that
I
back.
think I'm there.
Yeah, okay. So yes, if you come up with any other questions over the course of the week, I'll be happy to look and see if Drew can answer them.
Okay.
And if you ask enough questions, here's some incentive for you. I will just post the entire section of what Drew knows.
I have a question. Why is he talking to us and not trying to kill us?
Zoe asks that.
Yeah. He
I-
says, I am trying to kill you. Why aren't you dying?
I'm gonna kill you with boredom.
I do not have a purpose to kill you, or reason.
He's a humanized Vega.
I suppose I would put it as, I don't want to.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I don't want to kill you either.
But say we needed to.
You're trying to get that giant question in there.
I did recall seeing that question somewhere. Yes. Oh, we should probably. I mean, at this point, wait. We still have the smashed up Vega, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Do you want to introduce them?
I feel like that's something that should happen next week with Jai around. But that's a very interesting idea because we were able to establish communications with it with a freaky synthetic mouth, right?
Yeah. It
It
makes
just wasn't
awful
very-
groaning noises that sound enough like human speech just by rubbing muscles together.
Yeah, it just wasn't very helpful, right?
Yeah, you guys dubbed it the teenage entity.
Oh, right. Yeah. It was like an angsty teenager.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I really want to get into that the last hour of this session with and without Jai here, but I think that's definitely something that we need to do.
Yeah, I'm happy to kind of spend this next hour just with lighthearted, um, regular roleplay
Uh,
or discussion amongst the characters after Drew has left.
Okay.
I don't want to
And
make this a 4-hour session in just one social
interrogation here.
encounter with yeah. I was hoping it would only be 2 hours.
Yeah, now we can't get into the other stuff. Ha ha ha.
So if there's no more immediate pressing questions, let me have Drew says that he needs to get back to planet although
Oh, that reminds me. I did have the question. There was back to the planet. The people that were like docile.
Mhm.
Like how did they achieve that? Because
uh
remember they couldn't like take aggressive. They couldn't like harm each other or people. They were like mentally neutered. Then those are the people that were saved by these Vega, right?
yeah, so
Did
how
you
is
guys-
this how is the robot phrasing this question?
So Drew.
Yes, robots.
Those people down on the planet that we met were mentally not able to harm each other because, obviously they wouldn't be able to cohabitate being from the different Kennegear and factions. Why is that?
Your question confuses me.
The people that you saved that we talked to, you presumably have, saved them and tucked them away. And they can't harm people, supposedly.
Why are they unable to harm people?
That's my question.
That's what we'd like to know.
Drew, kind of, you see the posture change. When you're speaking to Kazem again. I think I understand what you are asking, and there is no compulsion or control.
Those people would be at each other's throats.
Those
People they would have been fanatics.
have achieved what made them fanatics. Take away the anger and the race to reach a planet that you know nothing about. And some of them have been born on Ecos.
Can I roll notice to see?
Mhm.
Like,
Notice wisdom.
What do you think the guy's
Oh.
lying?
do I have any penalties for doing this to the robot's cameras?
You also have a penalty for doing it with the translator torque. I won't make them stack. It's just a -2.
Okay. It's okay. I still got to reroll. I haven't been rolling much. Probably need to reroll that.
Let me think on that for a second. I should have come up with a target number before you rolled.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I should have waited.
That's okay. It's okay. Sometimes I just do it on the fly and look at the dice result and say, yeah, that's good enough. This is one of the places where I would have, I should have put some thought into what the different results would mean.
For sure.
And
now you had that weird awkward moment where it's like, oh, they rolled. Now I'm just having to arbitrarily decide if it's succeed or fail.
Well, I know that
Doing it arbitrarily.
I know that a 6 is not sufficient for any result, but hold off on re-rolling it,
Okay.
so that I can put some thought into what kind of information you could get here. Alright, go ahead and, if you want to, give that a reroll. That result does not provide Nemesis with any kind of information or indication
Sure.
of anything.
Well, that one doesn't either.
That one doesn't either.
But I mean, there was definitely something up there. I don't know. I'm still gonna have trouble trusting it. But it's like, maybe there's something else at play.
Does Charlie want to roll? He's got a slightly better notice. Would still have the -2 penalty. You with us, Nox? Alright, we can't hear Nox if you're here. We've had another of those Discord blips. So no. There's no indication of whether Kazem is being legitimate.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Nox. Can you hear us?
Sorry, mic muted.
What happened?
Hello?
Yep, there we are. Can you
Sorry
hear
about
us?
that. Yes, I
Okay.
can. Sorry, mic muted.
Gotcha. Do you want to have Charlie roll Wisdom Notice to see if Kazem is showing any signs of deception? Okay. That is also not going to do anything.
Charlie's not an expert.
I'd like to roll that better.
Yeah, you have to be an expert for that. I wanted to roll it better too, and even my expert feature didn't give me
No,
that.
not re-roll. I just like to roll better.
No, that's fair. That's fair. We
Well,
are doing a lot of low rolls this session.
yeah, you are. The only good
Charlie
rolls
had-
have.
Oh, that was okay. So that dice roll wasn't part of that dice. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, the only good rolls have been Nemesis programming the robots and Zoe inspecting the ship. Everything else has been bad or you got one mediocre roll in there.
Anyways, I'm still convinced something's up, but maybe Kazem is, convinced.
He does seem a little eager to convince you, however. He says, "There is no reason to fight. The
Yeah,
Vega
no,
also
I mean,
they do discourage the fighting."
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't have your Sims always fighting unless you want them to. Speaking of, are there ever any conflicts between the different domes?
No conflict between the domes.
It's a game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, do they have any war games between the different domes? Oh, I guess that may not necessarily count as conflict if they're just counting them as still Sims. Do they have any war games?
No, in fact,
And
the poor humans in the domes are much more restricted than me and Shiva and Jasmine. They are denied very strictly to have any conflict.
uh-huh.
If I
do
was
they
to
have-
strike Jasmine, it would simply be that I would be scolded and perhaps set aside for some time until I was no longer a violent man.
Put into timeout. Got it.
Yes, a time out.
And would y'all be interested in Delta Rain? What's the VR set up there?
What is Delta Rain?
Oh, it's basically like a simulated universe. I
So you
guess
know how the Infraverse is outside the regular verse? Well, Delta Rain is inside the regular verse. It's like Russian nesting dolls.
I mean, I feel like it really would feel like that to some of the Infraverse, right?
Hmm.
And what of the people in this Delta Rain? Do you toy with them like the Vega in the cities toy with humans?
I mean,
Yeah, almost
sure, but they're
exactly like.
just Theta though.
Yeah, just like we're just meat.
He recoils. That is horrible.
Well, they're not real. Oh, this is getting too
Amazing.
meta.
But
This is getting too meta.
that is how the Vega think of humans is. It does not matter. You're just a piece of the universe that must be consumed. And you think of that the same
Oh
as
my God,
these
we're in a
people
simulation.
in your
Oh
universe.
God. Oh God, we're in a simulation.
We're all the same.
Am I just bits? Am I just bytes? Bits and bytes, zeros and ones.
Would it
Constant
change
zeros and
anything if you
ones.
were?
Oh no, I guess
Accident-
not.
Yeah.
Accidentally solved the campaign because the Vega get stuck in Delta Rain.
They just keep going deeper.
Oh gosh, there was Stellaris has a fun storyline focused on like one of the like what do they call them, progenitors or
Yeah, progenitors.
yeah. Well, one of them is like they disappeared because they all basically made a mass suicide after realizing that it's all a simulation. Like they scientifically proved it.
Yep.
And then you get the choice to basically follow that, like take some of their take their technology, and you have the risk of
Just
some
yeah, you might figure it out too.
and yeah, you're all popular. It's like, do you sure you really want to keep digging down this hole? I mean, it's literally caused an entire race of such creatures to commit mass suicide. Do you really want to utilize their technology and follow it further? Because they had like
Yeah.
super advanced VR, and then I guess like it's like once they realized they could do this, it's like, oh my god, someone else we could be in some.
Anyway,
There's also a JRPG that takes place entirely in a simulated universe.
Yeah, let's swing back here. There's one more thing that I want to do with Drew while he's
see,
here
I
with
liked
you.
I liked Drew a lot better until I found out that his name is DRQ.
I know, right?
Uh,
I think we actually learned about that last week.
all of
Was it put into text?
oh yeah, no, I don't think so.
I
I
think you
think
told us the spelling. I think you
oh,
told us
did
the
I?
spelling.
Okay.
But it wasn't ever put in words.
All
in the
of the
text.
entity names so far have been 3 letters.
No.
That's the secret. That's how we can find them.
That's right.
Got a 3-letter name, you're an entity.
That's how you know that Armstrong is not an entity because their
is way
nickname
more
is
than 3 letters.
BREE.
Yeah.
Bree.
Hold on, I'm gonna go through our ship roster real quick.
Smart.
We got an Eva. Oh no, Notario. Eva, EVA.
Uh-oh.
Eva's entire
Uh-oh.
first name, however, is Eva Maria.
Yep, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But
Fair
that's
enough.
just how they trick us. That's how they trick us.
How they get you.
Oh no, that part's about.
No, you'd
Fool
think
me.
that if they were trying to trick you on that, then they would just use normal names. So
Well, we got the maze, but that's
You would
technically
think
that's
that.
I guess there's the members of the Ice Spirit, but that's family names. So that's probably fine.
the most
Pei, Mei,
observant
Han.
of you,
So none of us.
that are also looking at the screen, which is also probably none of you, would notice that there's a new system on the map.
Oh.
Onalau?
Oh.
Indeed, Owenelo.
Way the fuck out there.
Mm-hmm. Drew says that is the location of the system where the Jody comes from.
That's where the host ships come from.
That's where the black ships come from.
That is
Oh,
not where the black ships come from.
I guess we don't technically know. I think we theorized it was TMT 77-7, but we actually have nothing to back that up.
We just guessed because it was the only place that didn't.
Yeah, it was the only place that had been like that was not known.
Yeah.
Said that Jody, the poet.
Mm-hmm.
Jode. Oh, they're human.
There's actually one more letter in there. Jodie.
I-E. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't
That
you
or J-O-D-Y.
don't you fucking tell me how to spell?
Well, to be fair, it can be spelled however you want. It's a name.
Yeah.
It could be spelled Geode. Jody.
Could also be spelled Jod. Mm-hmm.
Jody.
Oh yeah. Could also be spelled Y-O-D. Yodi.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Names can be whatever they want to be. That Indiana Ayeli, that was always there, right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Couldn't remember. It's been a long time since I looked at this.
It's been a long time since I looked at this and thought of the system names. I always think of the planet names.
Because we spent so long on the planets. Yeah, which system are we? Oh, that's right. We're in Gun. Gosh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy. How long
Yeah,
have we been in Gun?
I think Gun. I think Kenny Garris.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at this point, I think we've been in Gun longer than we were in Zoe.
No, in canon, or you mean
No, I
Out
mean
In
Out of-
sessions.
okay,
in sessions.
real
Yeah.
time. Okay. Yeah, I
Although
think
we
you're
were
right.
we were on Zoe for like 14.
I think it was 8.
Yeah, I think
I
it was
Eight?
think
8.
that was the record. Was 8 sessions.
Oh, okay.
I think you've
How
got a
long
couple
have
more
we been here?
sessions
Also-
here before you hit that.
Hmm.
Really? I feel like we were in Kenny Garris. I mean, we're talking about just the system in general.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 5, 6 sessions, maybe. I don't know. I have to look at the recaps.
Yeah.
The Raza reaches Canagiris orbit above Gardenia in session 52.
Oh,
So 8.
This is
Yeah.
This is 8, yeah,
this is 8th
okay.
session. But I
And
feel like a lot more has been done.
Yeah. Well.
yeah.
oh yeah. I've learned. I can learn from mistakes.
A little too much faffing around, and so especially when we got to the end and it's like, oh, here's the key to the city. Fuck.
That was great. I'm glad I was there for that.
I felt so dumb. I was like, are you kidding me?
Making
Because
anyone
y'all-
feel dumb was not my intention, but it was funny.
Yeah, I'm not blaming you.
Well, I think
It's
yeah.
just
Well, yeah, I
annoying.
think you'd predetermined that, but that was like you only found it on the 3rd day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And
we
y'all
spent.
had only been there 2 days.
Yeah.
After like 6 sessions.
Yeah. It's like it's not like we didn't know or we couldn't. It's not like we weren't doing anything in those first couple of days. It's just that.
Yeah. But here's the thing:
If
if
we-
y'all hadn't done anything those first couple days,
Yeah.
and just been, like more succinctly faffing about, you would have been it would have been shorter. Easier.
Yeah. If we had
Would have
just
been less
said
sessions.
if we had just said we hang out in the hotel room for 2 days,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then it's equally we would have accomplished just as much stuff as all the faffing about we did.
And you
But that
wouldn't
was
have
a
made
fun
me write
night.
all those poems.
Oh yeah, those poems were great. That was worth it.
Oh, fair enough. There was some stuff that came out of it, and there was a lot of role play with Eddie. He made a memorable NPC out of it.
Yeah, Eddie was great. I'm
Yeah, he
still
had a
sad
daughter.
we didn't get bring Eddie with us.
Yeah, well,
But
he didn't want to bring his daughter. I mean, it was on the Terraza, you know.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
bring
I
Terraza
understand.
on something like that.
I understand, but like, what's
He
the
had-
point of
he had-
having cool NPCs if you don't collect them? You know?
Is that the only reason we have Harry on board?
Yes.
What? And Shiva wasn't cool enough.
Pokemon.
Well, I mean, we're not. We can still get Shiva.
Yeah, I mean, she could still come with. Let's not rule anything out.
Puppy dog.
Fair enough.
That's what we find out as soon as the planet become violently aggressive. It's something in the planet's atmosphere that makes them docile.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, probably.
You find Notario dead in her bunk because she's the only other Kanagiran on the ship. And
Oh, oh, it only affects Kanagarans.
well, no, I'm thinking, Shiva comes up, she's like, "There's another Kanagiran here. I must kill them. They're a different faction."
Oh, right.
Um.
Oh, right.
So you've been satisfied, ish, about
We
the
do.
humans down there.
Yeah, we don't have any rudders to own and allow, right?
You do not.
Okay. And TMT we can only get to because of a weird quirk of alignment, right? Or do we
Yep.
still need it? Okay.
And you also don't have rudders to it.
Right.
You only know of its position, and you know that it's only temporarily in that position,
For
metaspatially.
TMT.
Yeah.
TMT. Oh, I think TMT we actually had a rudder, but it was like so outdated. That's the only reason, but we know about it because of that rudder.
Oh, right. Yes.
But after a certain point, it's no longer valuable for
Wait, no,
navigation,
I'm
right?
saying again, it wasn't the rudder you had. It was that
Oh,
that
we got something.
looping sequence of numbers that were
Okay.
positional time coordinates.
Okay, and that was from the ship, the flagship in Muron.
Mm-hmm.
Muron.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, no
So
rudders to either one of them. Blind jump is at a +6 difficulty.
okay, that was gonna be my next question: is how's that math work if you need to forge a new rudder?
Yeah, this is where someone with Starfarer 2 would be really helpful.
We'll just need to find and hire an NPC with it. If that's an option, I don't think that's a thing.
I mean,
That'd be like a
it's
quest to find someone like that, though. I would think, right?
yeah. I
The problem is they're already out in one of those places that you can only get to for Starfarer 3.
uh,
Oops.
I would make that available to you if you guys wanted to hire someone like that.
You'd have to track him down.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be someone specifically, oh, he has Starfarer 2. It would be someone who is the most skilled spike drill pilot in all of the known sector. And
Yeah, I mean there has to be some people somewhere that do exploration. It's like what's like I'm pretty sure the book mentions it's like like incredibly dangerous, of course.
yeah, it is. Uh, uh, it'll probably be something researched up by Zoe because she turned out to be pretty good at that. Um, and you'll of course have to go on an adventure to recruit him. It'll be an old guy who's retired and long retired and doesn't want to do any of this
Oh, I'm
anymore.
out of the business. Then we flash him our millions of credits.
And he doesn't even care about that. He turns it down immediately. Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
one of those situations.
But then
Okay.
we tell him that his country needs him. But he still says no. But then we walk away. But then he comes out and he's like, "Okay, what do I need to do?" After soul searching or whatever.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
I've watched this movie. I've
Dan
seen
has
this
got
movie.
this. Uh-huh.
So dumb.
Watch me make it exactly that.
Oh my god.
We'll never know until we try.
You would. You would.
I'll even give him a name.
His name is Jack Starcross.
Writing that down.
Just crossed so many stars.
He's He's not very popular in Hollywood. That's all I'm gonna say.
And with a name like that, he has to be from Lamiera. Because, they can choose their own last name except for Zoe.
Well, then his name is not Jack. It's Jacques.
Oh, okay.
But it's still spelled like Jack.
It's still spelled like Jack, yeah. But he gets very annoyed if you say it wrong. So don't say it wrong. I like that we're creating the rest of the story of this.
Makes it easier for me, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
I like to imagine this is what we're just doing in character, like trying to figure out, it's like, oh, how did we ever get here?
Yeah,
So, like, we're
actually,
writing all this,
let's.
and it's gonna somehow will this character into existence, so it's gonna blow our minds.
No, let's
We're gonna be like,
let's go with
this
that.
is
So,
this is this is how we find out that we live in a simulation.
uh,
Yeah, after it's like I was just suggesting, Tom was like, oh, that's just like what they with the people.
Drew and his ship have left with a little bit of assistance from you. Um, he needed a bit of a push out of the cargo bay so that you could basically
Fall
push
back
him
to
towards the planet. Yep, fall back towards the planet. Um, and now you guys are in your conspiracy room or in a bridge somewhere where you can pull out these maps with the information that he gave you, the coordinates, um, and going over what options you have to get this ship there, knowing that aside from Jai doing his spooky stuff, you don't have a pilot that can do blind jumps. And keep riffing. This is now in character.
Okay, do you think it's really gonna be Jock? And wait, how do we know it's a he? Wait. Nah, this is all too crazy, right? I can't just keep riffing by myself.
Yeah, where's Xander? Where's Nox?
What?
Killed it. We've made
Oh, yeah,
we've made it all too real.
yeah. That's a shame.
That's okay.
Did we lose you for a
So
second there, Xander?
No?
Okay, so yeah, the whole riffing on Jack Starcross is I'm happy to take that into in character if that's not out of character for you. And it can easily be Jack Starcross can easily be a name that Zoe actually does know. She's read from somewhere of a real person, or perhaps it's a legendary person. You've never actually met him since you woke up.
I like to think you've been talking about this with Nemesis, and it's like I think you're just making it all up.
Yep.
But I'm just playing along. I don't know.
So role play the scene for me. I'm trying to fill out another half hour here.
Come on, Zoe.
We don't have to do that,
Yeah, I'd like to.
but I don't want to.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I came in late anyways. You guys had already pretty much worked your way through that
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah, I think at this point it's a dead horse.
All right. But is it okay, Xander, to say that was in character?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, cool.
So I guess we still need to, figure out what our next step is here. Are we just gonna go ahead and leave Ecos? Are we going to? Because we didn't really bring up the whole pre-tech component stuff. So maybe that's a question we can bring up for next week.
They seem claimed.
Yeah, and I don't think we really want to mess with the Dome Vega, right?
Yeah. Doesn't seem like a winning proposition. Especially
Yeah.
since they don't seem to want to kill us. I don't see any reason to give them a reason.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're essentially pretty much contained here by Drew's whole thing. So it's like I don't know. I don't know if there's really a reason to rock the boat unless we want to go back down and grab Shiva.
To add a little bit more context, the domed cities will send out fighters with a specific goal to bring ships down without wrecking the spike drive, whereas Drew's Vega target the spike drive and just try and wreck that as quickly as they can and get out of there. The
Gotcha.
the idea
Perhaps.
that the domed fighters don't know where the other fighters are is just untenable. There's no way that they wouldn't. Um, but there's that uneasy nuclear warfare scenario where if the domed Vega did go after the more scattered Vega, it would be so easy for even a few of the resistance Vega to just wreck up those domes and kill all of the potential hosts for the Vega.
Gotcha.
They would all die in the process, of course, but
Basically, it's like they can't really deal with them without leaving themselves open.
right.
That seems reasonable. So the whole place is in a deadlock. I mean, I guess that's one thing is maybe decide by next week. It's like, should we just like put a beacon and say even the Raza says not to go here? Oh wait, no, that's just to make people come here, isn't it?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I missed it. What'd you say?
Oh, I'll
Yeah,
say it.
if we say don't go here because the Raza says not to go here, people will show up just to
Yeah,
go
they
here.
would. Yeah,
For
they
sure.
would.
Yeah. Almost certainly.
Or
What?
do we just say Raza was here, we took everything worth value? No, that's, again, it's gonna work. It's gonna reverse psychology on us. Yeah, we were never here then.
And if
Where are
you'd
we at
like,
on the pre-tech components? I
if you
guess.
guys would like, I'm not opposed to ending the session early.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have anything else to say to this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't finished digesting our previous pre-tech components, anyways. I don't know really what type we'd be looking for. Because we got, I think, once we take apart that terraforming thing, we'll have the components that we need to finish off the big cannon.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we still need to upgrade our drive. I do feel like maybe going into that the infra drive thing. That seems pretty important. And actually, do we know enough about it? Like, would it like negate the whole blind jump issue or not?
I believe Zoe was able to see enough of its imprint in your spike drive to know that it works off of previous positions. You basically have to have already been somewhere for you to use it.
Oh, okay. So it's like a little, not really a rewind time, but basically kind of. I mean, it's kind of like a rewind time, except the time doesn't actually rewind. It just brings you back to a previous position.
I would say it's more like teleporting on a sector-wide scale.
Yeah, but it requires, like you said, previous position.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Let me.
Like recalling yourself to a previous position.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
But of your choice, not like this. Yeah. Anyways, sorry, I'm thinking too many like game mechanics that are.
Yeah,
Like
I think you're
concept.
overcomplicating it. Just how teleporters need to have seen a place. That's all that's required.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, it just works like was it? Oh, it's just teleporter, isn't it? That's the whole psychic discipline.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Okay,
the psychic discipline teleportation.
Teleportation, yeah. Sorry, initially when you're saying teleport, I was thinking like the technology thing.
Oh.
I was like, I mean, what? Okay. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else that couldn't just be questions in Discord.
All right, your crew disperse after Drew leaves. Actually, well, they disperse before Drew leaves because they're not all wearing vac suits, and they get their butts out of the cargo bay.
Yeah.
Why are any of them wearing vac suits?
Those that were in the cargo bay for bringing Drew in and of course and such were wearing vac suits because it was being depressurized, and no atmosphere.
They just maintained wearing that plastic bag the entire, I guess, half hour he's been here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, presumably like a lot of times you'd be wearing it for hours anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I imagine they take it off during what would essentially become their break.
They might. In fact, yes, sure. Some of them probably took off the helmet part of it, rendering it just a bulky outfit that they were wearing with no vaccine
Sorry,
properties.
I don't want to break immersion or anything, but I have to wear one of those suits at work, and not like a vac suit, but like the plastic suit because I deal with dump tanks.
No,
And
no,
as soon as it becomes a break, I tear the thing off.
and I can respect that. In fact, I'll even relate it to that underwater movie I just watched. Every time they were not underwater, they took off their helmet. I'm like, but what if there's water? But I get it why they would want to take off their helmet because it's not exactly all that comfortable. And even if the cargo bay got suddenly vented, it's not like they would lose grasp of their helmet or
Unless they did.
unless they what?
But unless they did. But I imagine
Well,
this is
yeah.
not like a violent decompression thing that we're doing.
No, no, definitely. And there's no hole that one could make in the hull that would cause violent decompression unless the cargo bay
Explosive, that's
door
what I'm looking for.
suddenly disappeared. And even then,
It
it
could
wouldn't
happen.
be violent.
Heisenberg says it could happen.
What says it could happen?
Heisenberg, uncertainty principle.
Sure, it could,
Anything could happen.
but the decompression still wouldn't be violent because of
It's
the
just
size of the opening.
unless it was.
It
It's
was.
Heisenberg.
I am going to eject you from this channel.
That's the wonderful thing.
That help?
No, I mean,
Anyway, so
yeah.
yes, they are. Some of them are wearing vac suits and holding onto their helmet. Those that have duties in the cargo bay put their helmets back on, before Drew leaves, and those that don't have vac suits or don't have duties go back to their job,
Mm.
shepherded on by Elena, telling them that there is still work to be done on their shifts.
Duty.
This is all rather anticlimactic, but that's, going through the security precautions. But that's
There
okay.
There's definitely chatter across the ship about contact with extra-dimensional being, contact with aliens. Was it really an alien? Did anybody actually see? Because none of them were there for the light transfer from ship to person.
I think we got recordings.
Got recordings. And you also got a couple of the security team that were there, and they're sharing some gossip. Your ship is abuzz with gossip of this encounter that you've had in your cargo bay. And all kinds of questions that Elena is very authoritatively stamping down and telling people to do their jobs. They can
Stop
gossip
talking.
later, work now. And we'll go ahead and end the session there unless anyone wants to add to that.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
good.
Indeed.
Yeah, sorry, you needed Jai to bring it to the full 4 hours.